Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back to the show. We are joined by Jacqui Justice once again, our nutritionist at Jacqui Justice. She is hailing from beautiful Stamford, Connecticut, and helping so many. We got a great show last week. If you missed it, don't worry. We will be doing a little recap of while we're talking about the weight gain, how that happens around in the middle area, us ladies going through this thing that's called menopause. But there's so much to talk about, and today we will dive into the number one hormone that is keeping you stuck. And of course, Jacqui will get to telling us about how to rebalance it all naturally. Welcome back to the show today. How are you?
I'm great, Jill. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Great first show. I can't believe it's number 2 already. And for those that maybe didn't hear last week or not familiar with who you are, please just give us a little snippet into what you are, well, who you are, I should say, and what you do. Thank you so much.
Sure. Great. So I'm Jacqui Justice. I'm a functional nutritionist and menopause wellness coach. I've been in practice for almost 30 years, which I can't even believe it when I say that. And yeah, it's crazy. And I mainly help women in their menopausal transition understand what's going on in their bodies and help them get back to feeling themselves again. Because it's a crazy time. It is. We're hit by these constellation of symptoms we don't understand, and it's making our bodies all crazy, our brains crazy, everything's crazy. And you just need to know what exactly is going on and the steps to fixing it, and then everything gets so much better. It's all about knowledge. You know, when you don't know, you get all anxious and crazy and you don't do anything about it. But once you know, you can take those simple steps and get back to feeling like yourself again. And that's basically what I do day in, day out. And I love it. I love it.
Well, we're glad that you're back and excited to talk more. And just give everyone a little recap of what we talked about last week, if you don't mind.
Oh, no, sure. Okay. And so last week, we really talked about why weight gain happens, especially around the middle, starting in perimenopause, and how those hormonal changes that are going on, those declining estrogen and progesterone, and even testosterone. Yes, us ladies have testosterone also, a lot less than men, thank God, but we do have it and we need it. Anyway, and our metabolism starts to slow, and then stress plays a gigantic role in this weight gain issue, especially around the middle. And that's basically what we spoke about. And so this week, I'm going to dive right into the number one hormone keeping you stuck, unable to lose weight and belly fat, no matter what you try, and how to rebalance it naturally. And I'm talking about insulin here, ladies. Yeah, most women think, menopause, they think, oh, estrogen, progesterone. And yes, those sex hormones definitely play a huge part. But insulin is what I call the bully on the playground. That's the one that gets everybody riled up and mixed up and doing bad stuff. And so if we can get our insulin in check, everything else goes a lot smoother.
And what is insulin for those that may not know specifically? Please, would you mind sharing?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no. Insulin is a hormone produced by your pancreas, and basically it regulates your blood sugar levels. So when we eat, our food breaks down into glucose, aka sugar, and that enters our bloodstream. Our pancreas then gets a signal to secrete insulin, because insulin helps that blood sugar get into our cells so it can be burned for energy. Okay, that's what happens. So that's all good. Blood sugar levels go down, insulin returns to normal until it's needed again. This is all good, except when we consume frequent processed carbohydrates, sugars, and snack too much throughout the day. It's called grazing.
Oh, yeah.
Love to do it, yeah. But our insulin levels then remain consistently elevated. And eventually, our cells just become less responsive to its signals. And this is a condition called insulin resistance. And so these elevated insulin levels actively start promoting fat storage, and especially around the middle, while simultaneously preventing your body from burning existing fat stores for energy. So it's not a good thing. And then the double whammy is that during menopause, those declining estrogen levels significantly affect insulin sensitivity, making insulin resistance a lot more common. So, as we're going through perimenopause, our body just naturally wants to become more insulin resistant. It's really it's really like a hard thing that happens for us. But again, as long as we know what's going on and we know how to fix it, it can all go back to normal. So that, along with, I think we last time we talked about age-related muscle loss, and that's why we need to eat more protein during menopause, because we naturally start losing muscle mass, and then our metabolism starts to slow down. So becoming more insulin resistant, having less muscle mass, and having a slower metabolism creates the perfect conditions for weight gain, particularly around the middle, that stubborn belly fat that just doesn't go away no matter what you do. Okay, and this is why
Go
managing
ahead,
our
go
blood
ahead.
sugar, yep, and keeping insulin in check is essential in menopause. It's the number one thing.
Wow.
I know
Wow.
that was a mouthful, but that's the number one problem that we face and that we have to fix. And then everything goes smoothly. We get less hot flashes. We sleep better. We feel better. Can focus better. We have less brain fog. All those annoying menopausal symptoms get better when we can fix this.
Well, why are we not doing this? Why would we doing wrong? There's so much to talk about. And of course, we're going to get to why really is insulin is the key to losing this weight and belly fat. Yeah, bring it on.
So let's talk about the foods that spike insulin, because first we
Sure.
have to like stop doing what we're doing wrong to make things right. So basically, high on the list is refined carbohydrates and sugar. So basically, this is going to be white bread, white pasta, white rice, sugary drinks, pastries or baked goods, all those things that are in the like white flour category, sugar category. You know what? Even some like quote unquote healthy foods like granola bars, acai bowls, even juice and too much fruit can really raise your insulin levels. So we have to include those in on this list too. Also, as I said before, frequent snacking. So, eating all day, known as grazing, is going to keep your insulin levels elevated because it's constantly on call. It's like, oh, it settles down, it's all nice, it's going to take a nap. And then you start eating again. It's like, oh, God, here I go again. And so, it's just, we don't want insulin to be hanging around all day because insulin is actually a fat storage hormone. So if
Oh.
we've got extra sugar hanging around, it's going to go right into fat storing mode, not fat burning mode.
Mm.
Yeah. And so then low protein meals. So protein, I want you to think of protein as like a blood sugar balancer. It
Okay.
really helps to keep that blood sugar in check. So if you're not eating enough protein, so let's say you wake up in the morning and you have like a sugary breakfast cereal, that's going to be very little protein and too many carbs. You're going to secrete too much insulin, and that whole sort of cycle is going to just start happening again. You want to like hit the day with like 30 grams of protein and keep that blood sugar in check. So something like a smoothie. Well, I'm going to talk about exactly what in a minute, but just know that low protein meals are not the way to go when we want to, get that blood sugar in check, lower that insulin, and get rid of that belly fat. Those are like got to get rid of those to like unlock that whole situation. Otherwise, it's locked and loaded for belly fat. So, what do we do instead?
Hmm.
Obviously, protein packed meals, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we talked about this last week. So protein slows down sugar absorption and keeps blood sugar steady. And we want to
Okay.
aim for like 25 to 30 grams per meal. That's for breakfast, basically. Lunch can be a little bit more, and so can dinner. But breakfast, you want to make sure that you're, getting in like 25 to 30 grams because it's the beginning of the day. You've got an empty stomach. This blood
Yeah.
sugar thing can go either way at this point. So, and plus, we we have a hard time balancing our blood sugar early in the day, but as the day goes on, it gets more and more balanced. So actually, dinner isn't as important to have so much protein as breakfast is. It's kind of weird to think that way, right? We're always
Yeah.
thinking, yeah, right? We're always thinking dinner, oh, tons of protein, but it's really actually better to do that at breakfast.
I like that. You told me that last week, and I was like, you know what? That makes so much more sense because it's going to burn all throughout the day. It's going to, well, not just burn, but everything, our body's going to use all of the nutrients, the protein, the carbs, everything that it needs. And I feel like at night, I always eat heavier with the protein, but with even the carbs, which you try not to do, but it's just makes more sense.
Right? And you know what, Jill, you'll feel so much better if like you start the day. I think last week I mentioned I love to do dinner for breakfast.
Yeah,
So
that's what I was talking about. Exactly. The switching it around.
yeah, switch it up. And I mean it might not be the breakfast that you wake up in the morning and go, "Oh my God, I cannot wait to dive in to that leftover salmon and broccoli." But I promise you, you will feel so much better. It's the most bizarre thing, but it works. So I'm not saying everybody has to do that, but definitely try it just to see how you feel with that. As opposed to like, your typical breakfast of maybe oatmeal or, even, hope no one's still eating sugary breakfast cereal out there, but just in case you are,
Ah, my
might be
kids
good
do.
to.
Guilty. My one son does. He loves it, and I'm like, I can't believe like I don't even eat cereal, but they love it. So I'm like, okay, I ate it when I was little. I know it's not good.
Yeah,
Have some eggs, have some oatmeal instead. But it's like I want cereal. So yeah, dealing with
we
that now.
all ate it.
But I can't believe how big of a market it is still. Like it's you like the aisle's huge. There's even more cereals than ever. I'm shocked.
I am shocked about that too, honestly. I'm
Yeah.
really shocked. When my daughter was little, she would watch TV, while she was like getting ready for school and stuff. And she would see these, it was kids' TV. So they always had those sugary breakfast cereal things on it. And she would say, "Mom, can we get that?" Like it was Lucky Charms or something like that. And I'm like, "No, honey, it's not really the best breakfast." And she goes, "Well, they say that it's the healthy part of
Yeah.
breakfast." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's the unhealthy part of breakfast." It's like those commercials they're still going strong, but yeah. So we know better now, at least. Anyway, yeah. So starting your day with breakfast, really, really important. Healthy fats and fiber. Those are so important too. And those actually also help to keep your blood sugar regulated and helps the breakdown to sugar go slower. And those are going to be foods like avocados, nuts, seeds, leafy greens. And they also keep you full. Do you ever notice, like, when you eat more fiber, like those kind of foods, you actually are so much more full during the day and you
Oh
don't even
yeah.
want more. And
And can I
so,
just ask you a quick question about fiber, right? Because that's supposed to make you feel full and supposed to also
yeah.
help you. I started taking, which is wrong or right, I don't know. It's been helping me become a regular, but I'm buying these things. It's probably horrible for me. And now Amazon has their own brand. They're fiber gummies, right? People are taking
Yeah.
fiber gummies. I mean, I know you're
Yeah.
supposed to get it more the natural way. If I'm not eating the right foods, I've been taking those. Are those okay for me to take? I mean, they give me gas, but they're also helping me
Bad
like,
sign.
yeah. Well, but they're also helping me go to the bathroom more. And
Okay.
and be honest with you, I'm not a nutritionist. I don't really look what's in the label. It's probably full of sugar and fructose and stuff like that. I don't. Are you familiar with these things over the counter?
Yeah.
Okay.
So any gummies are meant to taste good, right?
Yeah.
So most of them are going to have sugar and also some food coloring and artificial flavors. And I mean, it could have all that stuff. I would say to you, the better thing to do it, and honestly, I use fiber supplements also
Okay.
because it's really hard to get the amount of fiber that you need, which is like 35 grams. It's a ton.
Hmm.
So I use a powdered fiber supplement. Mine is called Paleo Fiber. I have it on my website. I love it. Doesn't give me gas. But there's other ones out there. But you want to make sure that when you look at the label and the ingredients, it doesn't have sugar. It doesn't have artificial sweeteners. It shouldn't really have any taste. And you just mix it in water and like slug it down. Or you can mix it in with applesauce. That works really well. Or mix it in your smoothie or whatever. But I would say doing the fiber powder and starting slow because otherwise you will get gas and nobody wants that, right? And drinking more water. When you add more fiber, you have to drink a lot more water or it actually it works against you. It can act like we're taking fiber not just to get our fiber, numbers up, but also, to kind of, get those good smooth movements in there.
Exactly.
And if you don't drink enough water with it, it will actually create a plug.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So yeah, start slow with fiber and drink more water.
Interesting. All right. Thank you for that. Sorry to digress here, but
no.
Need to remind everyone who we're talking to, darling. Please share all your contact information, then we'll take a quick break.
Okay, so this is Jacqui Justice. I am a functional nutritionist, and you can reach out to me at jacquijustice.com. That's JACQUIJUSTICE.com. The Q always throws everyone off. That's why I always have to spell it out.
Always. Yeah. We got to make sure. We got this. All right. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back after this quick break. Please stay with us.
Hey, welcome to Everything Outdoors. Can I help you find anything?
Hey, yeah. Can you point us to the camping gear?
Sure. Aisle 2.
Snowboarding? Just bought a new Nissan Pathfinder. It's got intelligent 4x4, and we want to hit the backcountry.
Aisle 18.
And the boats?
Are you sure you can do all this?
Up to 6,000 pounds towing, we're good to go. Oh, where's the scuba gear?
Return to rugged in the all-new 2022 Nissan Pathfinder. Available intelligent 4x4 cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Towing capability varies by configuration. See Nissan Owner's Manual for proper use.
If you are the new parent of a baby out of wedlock, you're probably freaking the heck out. We remember how stressful it was when we had unexpected children with people we did not want to marry. After spending tens of thousands on legal battles that dragged on for years, eventually we learned the hard way what works and what doesn't in the real world. I'm Jim Braz, co-author of the award-winning book, Baby Out of Wedlock. We help unmarried mothers and fathers get their questions answered, improve co-parenting relationships, and avoid nasty legal battles that cost a fortune. Go to babyoutofwedlock.com to learn more.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Companies. Last year, we saw historically low mortgage interest rates. What you may not know is that interest rates are already starting to increase, and it's likely that trend is only going to continue. Our team of experts is standing by to help you save before rates go up. Don't look back and wish that you had taken action. Call 833-8ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Rocket. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back to the show. We are honored to be back here with our friend Jacqui Justice. That's JACQUIJUSTICE.com. Yeah, we're going to spell that out for you. Go to the website. She's a nutritionist, and she's joining us today. We're talking about this hormone The number one that's keeping us stuck. How to help rebalance it all naturally. And it's exciting because, we are really learning. I am about this insulin, about how we're eating, what we should be eating, how we should balance everything. And she's going to give us some belly fat burning tips as well. So welcome back to the show.
Great to be back. So we talked about protein, packed meals, healthy fats and fiber, and now we're going to talk about smart carbs. So it's not like you can't eat any carbs. People always think that, like, oh, I shouldn't eat any carbs. But no, you actually need the carbs. Your brain loves carbs. You don't need too many of them. And your gut loves some carbs, some high fiber carbs. So instead of white bread and pasta or white rice, opt for like quinoa, which is a gluten-free whole grain that is full of protein also, besides it being full of fiber, sweet potatoes, winter squash, and some legumes. Opt for those instead. And sprinkle some cinnamon on them. There's nothing, oh my God, it tastes so good to put cinnamon on a sweet potato, because cinnamon is going to help improve that insulin sensitivity. And cinnamon in your coffee and tea is also pretty good. So try to get some cinnamon in throughout the day in your, oatmeal, applesauce, coffee, tea, as I said, sweet potatoes, wherever. Just get that cinnamon in. It really, really does help. Study after study shows it really helps at glucose metabolism as well. And some other things you can do is strength train. So lifting weights improves insulin sensitivity. And it's going to really help your body burn fat instead of store it. And you know what? It doesn't always have to be about lifting weights. I know a lot of women especially don't like the idea of like going into a gym and lifting those heavy weights. Some do, some don't. But you can use like resistance bands and things like that instead. So don't let the weights scare you off of doing this. Definitely moving after meals. A quick 10-minute walk after eating really helps lower blood sugar naturally. So there are things we can do to help reverse this situation. There's also some targeted supplements that really help. Vitamin D, chromium, B vitamins, magnesium, zinc, alpha lipoic acid, berberine. Those are all really great at naturally lowering blood sugar and making insulin more sensitive. So there's lots of things we can do to remedy and reverse this situation that just happens naturally as we get into perimenopause. Again, not our fault. It's what happens.
And again, what is perimenopause? Wait, hold on. What is perimenopause again?
Perimenopause is it's the period before menopause. And honestly, it can be anywhere from 4 to 10 years. So it kind of is the prelude to menopause. And menopause is really a very short time. It's like you have to be without a period first you have perimenopause, and then when you haven't had a period for at least 1 year, you're in menopause, and then you're quickly in postmenopause.
Got it.
So menopause really, as the definition goes, it's really only this very short period where, right after you haven't had a period for 12 months, and then you go right into postmenopause. The perimenopause is where we get all of these symptoms starting. It's the menopausal transition really is what it's referred to. And it's everything from perimenopause to postmenopause, which is then forever. Beautiful. So, yeah. So I'm going to do a quick recap. So insulin resistance is a major reason menopausal women struggle to lose weight, especially around the middle. High carb, high sugar diets make things worse, but simple food swaps can help. So protein, healthy fats, fiber, and strength training are your secret weapons for getting unstuck and feeling and looking like yourself again. That's the ticket.
That is the ticket. I love it. Yeah. I love it. And how do people, work with you? What is the process? How long? What type of programs do you commit to start making this work? Give me the process. We want to start working today with you.
Okay. So generally someone will call me up and say, just what we've been talking about. They're having problems, no matter what they do, getting rid of weight, especially around the middle. And so I usually have them start with an initial consult.
Okay.
And that basically is an appointment where I'm going to go over their most recent labs and a questionnaire they filled out and start them off on a beginning plan. It's a 30-day clean eating plan that really helps to get rid of bloat and belly fat and increase their energy and lower all of those annoying symptoms that we spoke about, the hot flashes, insomnia, foggy headedness, and all of that stuff. And then from there, we go on to doing some new blood work. And on this show, I will be talking about a functional medicine blood chemistry that's specific for women in menopause. It has all of the specific, what do you call them? Like I'm having a menopausal moment here.
I'm sorry, I can't help. I'm in the perimenopause days. Yeah,
right. No, it just, has all the important markers for blood sugar control, for thyroid, and your sex hormones that are going to help me really zone in on what your particular root cause is. Because even though, all women go through perimenopause and menopause and have those similar issues, everybody is different and may have their own specific root cause that's causing them to have weight gain and this belly fat and all of that. And it can be different, a little bit different in each person. So we're going to look at that, come up with a plan, and then people generally roll into a larger program like my Keeping You in Balance program. And that's a 3-month program because that's how long it takes, honestly. You can start off in this 30-day clean eating plan where you're going to feel a million times better and start fitting into your clothes and having more energy. But, hormones are tricky and it takes a while to really get them balanced and also get you into a maintenance zone because you don't want to just do something and then forget all about it. You've got to do a little bit of maintenance to make things stick. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jacqui. One more time, tell us how we can reach out to you directly.
Sure. Just go to JacquiJustice.com, which is JacquiJustice.com.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day and looking forward to the next time we connect. Thank you for all the information and the insight and reminding me I need to start doing my dinner for breakfast. Thank you again, Jacqui.
Thanks, Jill.
Have a great day, sweetheart. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama like the drama around my percolating pectorals. And then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply STOP to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.